I came to say the asshole, but it's not Marcus, it's Drew.
Okay,
Always.
there you go.
Bars. Bars.
That'll
You
give you.
watching
I'll
Fan
give you
Four
that.
Stick again? Come on, man.
I
I'll
did.
give
I
you that.
watched it again this week.
Okay, I did forget to share one thing here, so let's go ahead and share that.
Yeah, let's see it. Is it Scotty's candid nudes? Do
Thank
you
you,
have
Christina.
those?
So after you read that conversation, would you say I'm a snake?
Yeah. Those were the words of a man with no arms or legs. Slithers in the grass. No, dude, that's ridiculous. You know what, man? There was really no reason for you to bring it up to him in the first place.
Yeah.
You should have just left well enough alone. And like,
No, we're friends. What do you mean? We're friends.
You were then, not now.
No, but that's the thing is people don't want to hear that you're not watching him and why you're not watching him. You know, he just wants to hear that you're watching him.
Yeah, well, I thought
So if you're not there, just don't be there. I found it's one of those things that over the years and this kind of space, people get strangely emotional about those sort of things sometimes. So I don't know. Maybe he felt like you were like drawing a line in the sand. It didn't seem that you were, and you repeatedly said that you weren't. But I don't know. He seemed to take it some sort of way pretty much immediately. And he's like, "Oh, it's on," and you're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like,
okay,
nah,
fuckface.
all right,
What?
fuckface.
What? I'll see you around. What?
I'll see you around.
What?
I'll see you around. You know what we won't be seeing around is your kneecaps, but I'll see you around.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
that's the kind of connotation of that. I don't know, man. That's pretty fucking out of pocket response, in my opinion. But who am I?
But as a result of that, he's going around, and who knows who else he's messaged. He's going around telling people to watch out for me. I'm a snake in the grass. Like,
who's he
Are
telling
you
that
speaking of
to?
grass?
Who is this message to?
this is to Darth. He messaged Darth and said, "Gonna go watch Circumstances though. Dude's a snake. Stirs up trouble, then act like he doesn't know why you're coming at him after he hits a nerve. I've seen him do it time and time again.
Time and time after time.
It looks like
Okay.
it looks like Scotty. I mean, I've never met the guy, literally. So
Yeah, I don't know
it
this
looks
dude
like
either.
Scotty Vaughn
What up, Joshua?
likes you if you just accept what he says, and if you go against what he says, then you're the fucking snake in the grass because like you're like if you if you just shut your face and agree with him, I think he'd be happy. But if you didn't agree
What up,
with him,
critical?
then you're the snake in the grass.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but like I contend that I was not a dickhead. He said we were both dickheads to each other, and people were like, it wasn't that bad. I was like, no, fuck that. He said we were both dickheads to each other. I was fucking all my powers that be nice to him while he was being a dickhead. So
But
it pissed me off.
But if he says he was a dickhead and you were a dickhead, then that's an easy way to get it done. It cancels each other out. Everybody's happy, but so that's easy. But you're not being a dickhead. You're just
I
saying.
didn't think I was.
You weren't. I mean, okay, your wife thinks you're an asshole. Your wife always just think you're an asshole. Personally, I think you're an asshole, but that's my feelings.
Did your wife tell you were being an asshole?
My wife
she
told
doesn't
me
give
he
a
was an
fuck
asshole.
about this. I'm not gonna show her that shit. She
You
don't
didn't
give a
tell your
shit.
wife about this?
She don't give a shit.
How
dude.
many times has
Trust
she
me.
told you about Courtney down the lane and the way she brought the wrong fucking lemonade to the block party? Like, you gotta bring some of that shit to her life.
Oh shit!
She'll give you perspective.
But I don't.
Think I want her to respect me, so we're gonna.
Oh well, that's
too late. She married you. Too late.
It's a little late for that.
Too late. She married you. If she respected you,
she got her hooks in
would have
you.
married you. But anyways, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think the problem is on his side. That's what I'm just saying.
Well, I agree, obviously, and that was my point. So I just want to make it clear. I don't have a problem with any. Oh, I forgot to end the story, but I forgot to tell the end of the story, which was I came to understand.
Put us all backstage so you can finish the story.
Yeah,
No, you're fine. You can stay here.
Distractions.
So, I I realized after the fact why he posted that message.
You
And he
come
was
closer to the
sending,
mic. Come closer to the
he,
mic. We can't hear you.
are you serious?
Yeah.
Bring it up. We want to hear
Oh,
that
okay.
the baritone come
Okay. So I realized after the fact when he joined the PCP Bad Batch why he made that comment. And the reason why he made that comment, I stick my nose in drama where it doesn't belong. It wasn't a principle that he was pushing forth. It wasn't a standard that he was trying to put on me. It was a chess piece on a board, and he was moving it as he was trying to join the Bad Batch. So everybody thought that I was coming after Robbie. And so he was planting his flag as pro Robbie, anti Marcus.
Oh,
and so the reason why he couldn't at all explain why he criticized me while promoting Razor is because it wasn't a principle that he was pushing forth. And that's further borne out by the fact that he's over here with the self-professed drama king talking about me.
That's pathetic.
I didn't ask him to go talk about me. In fact, I've resisted talking about him. I've resisted it. He just gave me the green light that I needed to fucking tell everybody what the fuck he did. Fuck him.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry you guys broke up.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But no beef with Robbie. No beef with the PCP Bad Batch. Don't come for me.
Who were the PCP Bad Batch?
Excuse me.
Is that like Army, fucking clone people who
the
do
pop
PCP?
Culture philosophers? They don't fuck around.
What do they have, like their own Discord?
Come for one of them.
They have their own whisper cell.
They're ready to ride on that ass. And
you see how pathetic that is? Can we just say how pathetic that is?
The Sons of Anarchy.
It's
I ain't fucking with them. These people. I do not condone any of this. I respect you guys, and I don't want any smoke.
Wow.
That is pathetic. I'm sorry.
Wow. And this man wants his wife to respect him.
That is pathetic. I'm sorry it is. It's pathetic. That you would do this and piss someone off and tell somebody this just to be in a clique of a bunch of freaking people who have YouTube channels about comic books. That is pathetic. Okay? I'm sorry. That is pathetic.
That's just the people they are.
What's up? No, their arguments are not principles. I made a hilarious reel about it too, where he's like, "We ain't got to put people's names all in our videos, blah blah blah." And then you fucking
they had you tagged. I was in that live chat while they were saying.
Scroll down and tag. I'm like, come on, your arguments are not principles. There's no possible way that I can respect any of this. Golly, dude, try harder.
Who is this S. Vaughn guy?
I can't understand.
Who is he? Is he like one of the new guard, the COVID warriors or whatever?
COVID baby, yeah, for sure. He's the smut king now, apparently. The self-professed.
What does he has? Booby books?
Oh yeah, because he does a lot of adult comic books.
Booby books is his.
I got a couple here. You want?
It's done well for him. His subs have shot up. So I mean,
yeah, but you know why? Because there's a lot of comic book guys who live still in the basement of their parents who like pictures of somebody drew a booby and they're like, ooh, oh my god, yeah. I got plenty of them. You want me to pull them out? I'll pull them out. I'm not gonna join a fucking club about freaking. You know why? I have a wife upstairs. If I want to go do a real thing, I'm gonna do a real thing. I don't live in my mother's house. But it's just pathetic. This is so pathetic. We're individually, we're all a bunch of guys and gals. I'm not saying who have comic books, who looked for a connection, a community to connect with the friggin' comic books, and now we're fucking going clickety-click. Pretty soon everybody's gonna have leather jackets and have warriors on the back of it or something. I don't know what's going on. And now it's like, okay, now the guy does smut because there's a bunch of people who still live in their basement who gets off on somebody drawing a tit. I'm sorry. This is pathetic. Honestly, guys, I'm sorry. This is pathetic.
Can we talk about Perry being a pussy? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, Commander Pussy. He's your
everybody knows it.
He's your
Who's Perry?
That's the thing that I loved about it was everybody knows it. Everybody knows he's a pussy.
Dude, They have no idea how thankful I was.
The ability
for
for
the
them
clip,
to just
dude.
to just assume that he's a pussy, and just like he's like, you know what?
Everybody knows,
everybody
dude. I'm
knows
like,
it.
what do you fucking mean, dude?
Dude,
Everybody
like,
knows.
I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of impressed by that. It was kind of like peak Trumpism, where it's just like, I'm just gonna say this thing, double down on it, confirm it myself 3 fucking times in a row, and then everybody will just be like, yeah, no, that must be true. It's like, you know, Perry's a pussy. Everybody knows it. Everybody's seen it. He's a pussy.
I've met Perry. I've never. He doesn't look like a pussy. His like
Great.
tennis, and your thing in there, and they got a little doohickey, and he didn't look like that. So I don't know why you call him a
Here's
pussy.
how I know Perry's not a pussy. Everybody likes pussy.
There you go. Not everybody
I
likes
like
Perry.
that one.
Zing.
But let me just say, they have no idea because listen, we're in Discord and we hang out, and Perry has a plethora of Razer soundboards. Like his favorite one is "fuck Brian LCS" and "fuck Circumcision 2." He'll fucking spam that one in the Discord. I'm like, motherfucker. So finally, I got some Razer shit where he says, "Who's fucking Perry?" and he calls him
Perry?
A pussy. And it's fucking perfect. I've been pounding that shit on the soundboard in Discord.
Hey, all you
Anytime
know is
you guys want to hear it, I'm ready.
I'm an old man here, and there was an old saying: "You are what you like." So if you call me a pussy, you are.
I'm glue. I'm rubber. You're glue.
But hey,
Everything you
say
say
that's what we
bounces
did in the
off
old
me.
days.
Oh,
So we would say, "Yeah, I'm a pussy because you are what you like. You're a dick." There you go. So there you go. You push it off.
there's
the
nothing
guy,
wrong
and
with
the guy would go. "Whoa, whoa."
there's nothing wrong with love and dick, though. You know, we don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
at all.
that's what you're into.
My great friend, the great legend, once said, "Take some balls to love some balls." That's a courageous thing to do.
Drew, I
What
want to
did I do
talk
now?
to you. I want to talk to you.
Wait. What did I do now?
Oh yeah.
What did I do now?
You are my Comic Core connection.
What did I do now?
And I want to get your fucking thoughts on the fucking train wreck that was Darth Lopez's show last night.
Dude,
We had Chad from Comic Core, who I've never seen before.
Let me tell you. I got home. I sat down at my computer. I turned on the YouTube and I said, I wonder if anybody's live. And I look, Darth Lopez is live. So I'm like, I'll check this out. TM's on there. I know that they're going to be talking some shit about something. It's going to be worth watching. And I click on that motherfucker. And who do I see? My buddy Chad on a live stream with Darth Lopez talking fucking old school drama with Biggie Shaq. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's 2025. I feel like I stepped into a time.
We warped, right? About
2017,
2018.
Then I look down and there's like 58 people watching the motherfucker. I'm like, what the hell?
60 plus at one point.
What what was going on? What kind of promotion machine is behind the scenes in the Whisper Cell for this man, Darth Lopez? That's what I want to know. And all of that energy, I swear, carried over to tonight. And we just had a grand old time in that live chat. You saw it exploding while there were over 50 people watching this stream. So the community is alive with drama, much like the hills are alive with the sound of music.
There's drama in all things, you know.
That's not true.
There is. What is there not? When you have groups of people, I should say.
I guess.
Yeah. There's always gonna be drama, and I'm fine with it.
But we didn't hear this drama. Buell, how you doing? We didn't hear this drama like last year or whatever.
No, that's not true. Last year was a Sticky Goose video. What do you mean?
All right,
that's true.
All right, before
and the year before that was Decor.
You know what the difference is? This is the real difference. Is the drama used to be about some dude scamming or acetate gate or everybody mad at Marvel or something, you know, everybody mad at a seller. But now, like, we have kind of, and people have rejected this outright, and I respect it, but now we've kind of morphed into this, you know, this age where these silly little YouTubers are little mini who gives a fuck celebrities, right?
My wife was here at the beginning of yesterday, and she was like, "This is like fucking high school."
Yes, absolutely.
You know, this is fucking high school.
Yeah.
We're adults here, but this is fucking high school,
All
and
right, I'm skipping ahead.
that little round little guy, fucking who can't grow a beard. That's why.
Oh, we don't have to see. We
I'm
can
not
do better.
naming names. I'm not naming names.
We can do better than ad
I
hominem,
personally
can't we?
don't have anything against Razor. I find his content to be endearing. I love when he says something that's not funny and then laughs at it.
What I hate about Razor,
that makes me laugh.
What I hate
I
about
very
Razor,
much enjoy that.
What I hate about Razor,
You
he'll
get a
shit
lot
on
of
you.
that.
Well, he'll shit on you, but if you retaliate, he gets all offended that you retaliate. That he can't take it. He can give it, but he can't take it.
No, you don't even have to. You don't even have to retaliate. You can just state facts to him, and he gets
Exactly.
Or you can be tangential to somebody who he's got beef with, which is why I'm a little concerned why he hasn't come for me yet.
Right.
Because I've been on this show more than once, and I know how much he hates fucking circumcision.
That's my problem. He can't, one way or another, can't take it. And when if he hits that, he doesn't know what to do with it, and he goes left field. That's why I don't like about it. You want to give it, fine, give it. But you're gonna expect it to get it back, and he can't do that. That's what bothers me the most.
I don't know why anybody lets it bother them.
I gotta say thank you for the whole Perry is a pussy thing. It made my fucking day.
Oh, I've been on pussy.
So excited about it.
I've known Perry. I've always thought he was a pussy. I really do. But he was
everybody knows it.
And he's like, oh, whole hashtag cancel Perry, whatever that means. It's like this dude is a clueless reporter. He has no fucking idea what he's talking about. And I guess I see how you could love that, Drew. That does make sense.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's endlessly endearing. I think that he is a snapshot of America, my friend. And I think that he's to be celebrated. Everybody go drop a super chat on Razor Comics. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Drop it here. Fuck him.
Screw that noise.
Fuck Drew.
Either way, Google's just picking up more and more revenue.
Getting their fucking cut every single time. You know, I don't want to bring that up, actually. Never mind.
Hey, Darth, hop on. Darth's in the chat.
Darth Lopez, send me the link. I just reposted it. Yeah, I keep forgetting to.
Will you pin it?
Okay, I'm going. Calm down. Lower your voice.
I'm just happy I learned.
Relax.
How to pin.
So he knows how to do it. He's going to hold you accountable.
That's it.
So do you know?
I didn't pin it.
Well, I forgot. I did want to ask Darth. So let's put you back on the stage here. Do you know anything about this accusation that he made about a Chinese girl? And if it's not true, it's like absolutely absurd that he said it.
Look, Larry had this. All I know about that, I don't know anything about any sort of actual content or contact or age of anybody. I just knew that Larry had this. I don't believe it was a real girl. But there was a fiance that I think was a just like a series of JPEGs in the story. So that Larry had this, mail away girlfriend that was coming to marry him. And she was very young and very attractive and very Asian.
Oh, we got some super chat coming in.
That's all I know. Beyond
Shout
that,
out.
I know nothing.
Shout out to we'll get back to the accusations here, but we got it. Money's coming in here. We got to shout out the people putting in the money.
Yeah. $2.
Thank you so much to Chris for the $2 super chat.
So
we'll hit him with this one. Hey,
cheap ass.
I can't eat this, but how exciting is it to smell it?
That shit does smell good, don't it? Am I wrong?
Man,
we also got another one from the homie $4.99 from Damien, aka Sleepy Reader 666. Check him out every Sunday for his weekly goat sacrifice. Thank you so much for coming through with that super chat, and we are gonna hit him with this one because I love it.
Yeah, keep it up, assholes. Because guess what? One day I'm gonna get laid by the hottest of age goth chick that's biologically female, and it's going to be consensual, and she'll be alive. And on top of that, y'all going to be jealous as fuck because I ain't going to say shit about it. Because quite frankly, that's none of your business. A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
That's awesome. I love that one.
Covered all his bases. You can't say shit. He covered every single possible thing you might have said about
What
that.
about she's alive? That's awesome.
We got another
was-
super chat, another $2 from the homie Chris. So let's go ahead and hit him
That's more
with
like it.
another one. We're gonna go with this one.
No way. I'm gonna get you out of here. I promise you, I'm gonna get you out of there. You don't belong in there. I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get you out of there. I'm gonna do everything it takes to make sure you get out of there. You don't belong in there.
Come on, you feel that one, right?
Don't belong in there at all.
It'd be like that. So thank you to Chris for $2 more. I appreciate you. And we got the homie, the new drama king, one might say.
Yeah, he's
Barry's
the
a pussy. You didn't hear that?
Have you
Everybody
ever
knows.
seen 60 plus people in the
Razor is the friggin' drama court jester.
Ooh,
Darth is the king.
the new king has been
He's the
I
crowned.
don't
king.
even
He's the
think Darth
crown.
is the
Long
king. I
live
think
the
he's
king.
like the Merlin. He's just like sitting off, watching it happen, casting spells.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Hot diggity dog. This place is magnificent.
Thank you so much, Darth, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And Chris is prolific tonight with another $2 chat. And he's right, dude. It's been a rough year MMA betting for me. I'm not gonna lie. I did have a big win Saturday night, and it was actually Beckerman who hooked it up. So Beckerman works with a guy, and Beckerman he told Beckerman that the Renner was going to beat Bo Nickel, and nobody gives a fuck, but I'm still going to tell the story. And I heard he told me, and I was like, and I went and looked at their previous fights, and I was like, yeah, I think I like this. So he was a plus 300, and we both made some good money off betting that dog. So overall for the year, I've had a rough year, but that was a nice win this weekend. Thank you again for another $2 super chat, and we're gonna go with me looking like a goofy fucker here.
Will the suspect please take the stand? Mr. Goofy, is it?
Dude, you always look at you always look at like.
Oh, come on.
Okay, you look like that with a beard. How about that?
Yeah, 16 is the legal age in a lot of places, unless you're a teacher. Which
that's why I married a Canadian.
Wait. Two things. I just got a text message that says, just tell them I just wanted to incite Larry to fight me. I just want to fight Larry. I want to fight Larry. Quote, I want to fight Larry.
There's better ways, I would say, Chad. But Chad, we love seeing you come out of the woodwork.
Said the shit about Cat, the shit about Biggie, and the bitch that he is. That's what he says. It says it right here in live time. I just want to fight Larry.
Well, we need to.
But let me just say though, if 16 is the age of consent or the legal age to marry in Canada, does that mean that we're supposed to lower our standards to their heathen ways above the?
It's actually the legal age. It's actually the legal age in America too. I know it's the legal age in Kansas. It's not just them, brother. Well, we did get another super chat from the homie Perry Comics Commander Pussy himself.
Commander Pussy.
Thank you again to Razor for giving me that soundboard bite, because I have been. Everybody knows you're a pussy, Perry.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows.
So fucking good.
The assumption that it's just common knowledge. Just like,
everybody knows.
Everybody knows it.
Dude, ridiculous. All right, here's another one. Big Bertha can get it if she wants it.
Ain't too pretty in the face, but she's super thick. I'm just thinking with my dick. My shit done.
Thank you to Perry so much for another $2 super chat. I'm loving it. Thank you for coming through and hooking a brother up. And we got the great legend. Oh, we should talk about that as well. Before we talk about that, though, we got a $9.99 chat. Beware Peter the Roman. Oh, he's spreading the word. The legend don't play about Jesus. So he's out here spreading the word, and I appreciate you, my brother, for the $10 super chat. Let's go ahead and get you here's one of my favorite ones. Let's go with this.
Oh, what up, guys? Welcome to the Man Cave. You have got to check out this new series from James Tynan IV, Nice House on the Lake. It is so good, guys. Check it out.
Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. And no one likes you. No one likes you.
Thank you. It really do be like that. I'm like, guys, this book's awesome. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to spread the good gospel. But thank you to the homie, the great legend, not the great, what is it, fairy tale or whatever it was said. Before we get to that, though, we got another super chat from the homie Carlito Classico. And I'm not going to say what I always say because you're giving me money, but you know what I want to say about Iowa football, but I'm not going to say it this time. Shout out to the homie Carlito. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go ahead and hit him with another one, an oldie, but actually it's not that old, but I like it.
It's not a good look. Women don't respect it. Kind of makes me look like a bitch. I like it.
That's my favorite one.
I like it. Facts. Hell yeah. Thank you so much,
Carlito. Not my favorite one. He
wants
to be canceled for some reason. I don't know what his problem is.
Nerd. Chat or the Rude or anybody else, I did get around to pinning the link if anybody else wants to jump on. But I do think we need to say a word for our brother, the great legend, not a fairy tale, one of the forerunners of comic book YouTube, verified first live stream, right? Is my understanding from the great legend. Is that correct, Drew?
Live stream.
So,
back in the hangout days.
Not the great fairy tale, as it was said by some people who don't know anything about anything they're talking about ever. He's one of the great legends of this game, one of the
number 2 in the world,
runners
of war,
baller like that, and just an all-around great guy. He will
just recently top 15 in WWE 2K24 worldwide.
And it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, that he's often, you guys spend many a nights where he performs maneuvers on you.
Whether I like it or not. It's
really? Hey, how you doing?
Legend Mania is running wild, if you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to the homie, great legend, not great fairy. Fuck those people.
He's a great man, but if you turn your back on him for one
second, you don't want to poke that bear.
Knock the shit out of you with a prime bottle.
Again, he'll do maneuvers on you.
That bear.
What a maneuver.
So are we going to talk about yesterday?
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, they're talking about wrestling. Oh, my.
That's next, actually. We're going to get to that because the new bagged and unfiltered king, I'd say. I don't know if you're the king yet, but you're certainly going to be the king because I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you do know this. TM, Biggie and I have been running a little competition on who would get the most views. I was episode 1. Biggie was episode 2. We're episode 4 or 5 now. And Biggie quickly crushed my numbers on views because he got the Niobe drama because, you know, there is a Niobe effect. And so he got the Niobe bump. So Biggie pushed back mine. But you got all kinds of bumps on yours, TM, including Comic Core Chad. You had the Niobe bump. You had a number of people. You had a number of fights picking out or breaking out in the chat, on the stream, all over the fucking place, all for a little episode focused on you, TM. Any thoughts on probably the new heavyweight king when it comes to that show?
Oh, I definitely am the heavyweight king. I think I beat out Beyond Wednesdays already.
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
is it already done?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You did bring
and I just want to state that I was doing just fine before anybody came along. So
Oh yeah, I believe you, brother. What were you gonna say, Drew?
I was just saying they did tag team it. He got a lot of initial drama himself, but that it was compounded by the amount of
Yeah, dude. When they open it up, people are like, "Oh, we're fighting. Let's go."
It's like, who are we fighting with? Sean, point and I'll go.
You know, when Darth first came up with that show and wanting to do it, it's like I honestly never dreamed that it would hit like where it hit last night. I was sitting in that chat flabbergasted, and I had to leave because I had to go do JP's Cash or Trash, and I was like, I can't leave. I gotta stay, dude. This shit is crazy. What the fuck is going on?
That was so confusing. I was in the back with Marcus, and Marcus, I hear him talking, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Marcus is gonna start giving me feedback as to what to do because I have no idea what's going on. This is all way above my head. And he's like, all right, good luck. And then I hear him do an opening cut for JP. And I'm like, fuck, that's right. JP's live right now. And so he's just in my ear doing a JP cut. And I'm just like, then Biggie came along and saved me for a bit. And
Heck yeah, Sleepy Reader's another one of the OGs, and I do believe the CBC Awards are coming up, so I will be voting for the Hall of Fame or whatever it is now. I'll be campaigning for the homie Sleepy Reader once again. I've campaigned every year,
winner.
but the first year. We're gonna get him that Hall of Fame, dude, where he belongs. And Great Legend needs to be on the stage as well for that. So,
oh yeah,
I know that's coming up. TM, a past winner. Bonafide. Any other thoughts on your episode? Are you worried about any backlash? You did go poke the PCP army, dude. You don't want to fuck with them, dude. I don't.
I don't know why you're scared.
No, but
because I like Robbie. I want Robbie to
respect him at all.
No, I don't think Robbie has much to know about. Like, I don't even know if he. I guarantee you, Robbie doesn't even know about Razor. If he did, he'd be like, "Yeah, that guy's full of drama too."
Who knows?
So no, it's not the PCP Army Bad Batch I had an issue with. It's just one individual part of the crew, and then some of them just kind of just fell off with him in that. And the other ones I do like, and like the Backlog Bros. There's people in that like Brother Joe and Bobby Ghetto.
KC, baby.
Yeah,
KC.
that I do have. Yeah, I do have no issue. I don't have any issue with. So, other than that, I'm not too worried about it. I did have somebody come out like after me today, but I cooled that down and we talked, and everything's good now. So it was just one person.
Conflict resolution, very interesting, very grown
It's
up.
almost like communication might be key to, I don't know,
very grown up. That's
quality
very interesting.
relationships with other people. Man,
I'll have to look that up. How does that
Shit's
work
nuts.
exactly? I thought you just went and messaged people and said he's a snake. He's a snake in the grass. I thought that was what you're supposed to do.
Well, snaky.
Sither. All right, well,
You're slithering.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, of course, brother.
Travis, I understand what you're saying, but yesterday it was the bag and whatever. It's a drama thing, and we literally had at least 3 different drama issues going at the same time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, and what are we doing here, Travis? I love you. I do. Oh yeah, I had this one guy. We got it over with. No, I mean, I don't. Personally, I could give a flying fire truck about any of this fucking drama. Flying fire truck about this fucking drama. I was trying to be good. Anyways, but we literally had 3 conversations. We pulled things from the past. Chad, I'm sorry, I haven't seen Chad in friggin' like 2 or 3 years already. And all of a sudden we pull Chad in here, and he's going at it with a South Park little image all the time. I don't know. Anyways, I wish he would say, "You killed Kenny." He never says that. But anyways, we literally had that going, and we're all like, "Well, yeah, okay, whatever." Seriously, that was a big ass thing. We had 3 different drama issues going at one time, and nobody has anything to say about it.
It was pretty freaking awesome to know that there was. Yeah, it was pretty
So,
awesome, dude. It was. We had like not only did we have what I was going through, we had some Darth issues, which Darth was taking shots at some people. We had Journey taking shots at people in the chat. We had Chris jump on. We had I said I wouldn't talk about him anymore. We had that one guy that does more for the comic industry than buyers.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Let there be light, he said.
again, I don't give a flying fire truck about the drama. I don't. But we had it happening all at once. We should either positively or negatively, we should comment on that because
All right,
if
so
we're
all
not,
right, let's
that is
start.
the community. Not
So
like
which
it or not,
which
that is the community right now. That is
What's
the
your
community.
drama community?
Comment on that then. What's your
It
comment?
is. That's a I hate the flying fire. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not.
Just
I'm not monetized. Are you monetized? I don't give a
Not for
flying
this stream.
fuck
I've
about
played
all
a
this
bunch of
drama. It
copyrighted
doesn't.
stuff.
I don't like how certain people are freaking using other people to get subs. I don't. I don't care that they're paying for subs. I could care less. I don't like them writing on other people's channels to get noticed. I hate that. I truly hate that.
Oh well, you should
And
let it
now you got Scotty Vaughn giving you shit because you said that he's doing this. And, I think Scotty Vaughn don't never met the guy, but I think he all of a sudden you were supposed to be subvert. You went aggressive against it, and he doesn't like it, and then he doesn't understand what you did, and now you're wrong by speaking up. Though, if you look at the chant, you were very calm about your side, and his side was made no fucking sense. I'm sorry. Okay, so I don't understand that. You got roly poly fucking. What are those things when we were
Come
kids?
on, we can do
No,
better
no,
than
no,
that.
no. I'm sorry. No, I'm not naming send names, but he's like the goat. Why he's the goat? I don't understand because he sounds like a goat when he laughs. Ah, he sounds like a goat. I don't understand why he thinks he's the goat. I don't. It's like he thinks everything started with him, or everything became big because of him. Guess what? Before he came on the scene and bought his way into something, there was people before him doing the same shit. Okay, and then now he's here and now he's everything, and then he puts it on. He finds certain people who have multiple subs, who have a stake in this community, and he then all of a sudden he says something, and then if you say something against him, he gets all racist. Oh God, he can't eat Taco Bell, whatever. Fuck him. So okay, I don't understand that. I don't understand him. That he goes he's a hair across my ass only because I can't understand why he does that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to
Okay,
understand. Dude.
2 years. Okay, you're saying this happened a year ago. When I first got into this, I was looking for a community because I have a shitload of comics. Nobody around me did the comics, and I wanted to find people who did comics. Okay, and that's what it was. Everybody shared comics. Everybody did, and then some. So some people did better, and they got monetized, and they got a couple of bucks because of the commercials. And then all of a sudden, if you do this and this and this, you get money, whatever. And so now you get people.
What up, Marcus? Hell yeah, G.
What up, Rude?
People coming in
Rude?
thinking, okay,
What up?
so I'm going to stomp on all the things before me to make something and make it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and it pisses me off that they do it. Okay,
Hey, Tony, have a drink. Have a drink.
He has a drink.
There
What
you
do you
go.
think this is?
Have it. Take a sip. Take a sip. That's from Carlito himself.
I'm sorry. I just don't understand where the community is going.
It's jealousy, man. Is what it is. It's jealousy, and it's because some people are monetized. People are jealous that they don't have those views and can't make a couple bucks because people have following. People are jealous that they don't have that same following. It's all the haves and the have-nots, and people who want what somebody else has. It's people coveting other people's shit and not being part of a community. When people do that, other people have a natural inclination, if you're a real one, to call that shit out. And that's going to cause drama because somebody who needs to be called out is being called out. That's where that begins and it ends, I think.
I have 600 plus subs. I love that.
Awesome, dude. I was shocked when I hit 100 subs, dude. Straight up. And I've been shocked at every single milestone. Like, what is happening, dude?
Well, you heard it on that stream last night when a certain someone apparently he's Joe Hendry. You say his name and he appears. So he who should not be named, apparently, the flapping Canadian head.
How does it go?
I don't know. I'm not scared of Larry, and I'll tell you this much right now. He kept saying that he's not a part of this community. He hates this community.
Who hates this community?
This
Who?
community sucks. Larry.
Bastard.
And
What a
he's
gay
not
guy.
a part of this community because he's trying to sell things to us, yet makes the mistake constantly for the last 10 fucking years, which we found by bringing in somebody up from the past and hearing a bunch of people fucking testify to it in the chat last night. Over the course of him being a part of this community that he's just trying to use to sell things to us, has made himself seem like an asshole so much that nobody wants his stupid fucking book. So what is he still doing here? Like, what is that about? How does that make any fucking sense?
That's the craziest, most confusing thing about Niobe is that for
Naomi.
someone trying to sell a product in the comic book community, it's crazy how negative he is towards potential customers. You know, he seems to be slamming the door on potential customers all the time.
Yeah,
it seems like a terrible strategy to me.
I just want Naomi to yell out, "They killed Kenny." He never yells that out.
He's not here to please the crowd. He's here to sell you a booby book that nobody wants. It's the first book with titties in it that nobody had any interest in.
No, that's not fair.
So who wants that?
That's not fair.
Scotty Vaughn, because he does a smart. It's the titty books that someone drew a nipple. So maybe he should put Larry on his show.
Trolls in a cave. That's what we'll call it.
Becker, man. Why is anybody trying to sell books to us to begin with?
Right, because they see a captive audience, because they see a place where people who will actually spend money on comic books.
Yeah, but who's going to the community? I mean, there's a couple of the homies that sometimes do like claim sales,
right?
But besides them,
but no. He's a creator. He wants to sell his book. His book that he wrote. He wants to sell. To the
I've never
community.
heard of it.
Exactly. He's been writing it for 10 years.
He had multiple successful Kickstarters, and he was published with
Naomi,
the Arctic Press.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not.
Look, man. Look, I know that you're the I love indie comics guy, so I don't want to offend your sensibilities when I say this. A lot of shitty books have been put out by Antarctic Press, right? A lot of shitty books.
There's a lot of shitty books being put out by everybody. Am I wrong?
Sure.
For real. Especially Marvel.
Does he still live with his
I heard a lot of
mother?
Marvel good stuff.
Does he
People
still
would
live with
say
his
that
mother?
Something is Killing the Children's a shitty book, but I love it.
Does he still live with his mother?
I mean, I don't give a fuck.
I don't think that matters.
Don't they like there's all kind if my mom could live with me, I would love for her to live with me. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
It's not about him being anything except for an asshole to other people, right? He comes out and he's like, why are people saying people have said I'm a Nazi, people have said I'm a racist, people have said I'm a pedophile? It's like 10 years of questionable fucking behavior have painted a picture of who you are, dude. You're gonna sit there and say, I've got nothing to hide. Yeah, and what you've put out there is that people think these things about you when they witness you. That's like that. That is what it is. People don't like to fucking hang out with him.
Okay. Can I rephrase my question?
Okay.
Is he actually a 30, 40-year-old man who's sucking?
He's
lives
older
in his
than
basement.
He's in his 50s.
Who is a Nazi? Who is maybe drives a white van? Who is all these things? Is that what he is? Oh, plus I think he has a martial art. He's a black belt too.
He says he's a black belt to people, and then he denies.
No, because I just heard him say he never said that.
He says he never said it, but also he told Darth that he was a black belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoever says he's a black belt is not a motherfucker.
I'm not knocking the guy for living in his mother's basement. If he can't afford it, he can't afford it. Times are tough.
In this economy, shit.
Look, I think that the only thing we can say about him definitively is that he's constantly an asshole to other fucking people, right? He's just constantly an asshole to people. When he called Marcus a monkey on this show,
what?
And then
no, Marcus is more of an ape. He's not a monkey.
Hey, what the fuck? Hey, yo.
He's trying to think he's got the power of a silverback. He can fight 100 men.
Tony, what the fuck?
I'm giving you freaking muscles and shit.
No,
You're like a silverback.
I don't think. Look, when Tony regrettably thinks about his actions later and apologizes, it'll be way different than when Larry did it. Because I can tell you, Marcus, what's the first thing I said when Larry apologized for that? Was, wow, Larry never fucking apologizes.
I respected it. I genuinely respected it.
Whoa, stop right there. I love Marcus. I love him. I even try to get money together when he needed a refrigerator. I freaking love Marcus.
Damn, why are you telling my personal business?
Okay.
Damn.
Well, you're good at, dude. I need a couch.
I'm only kidding with you. I'm only kidding with because he knows I love him. So I'm not apologizing because I'm only giving him shit.
Just saying.
We bought a refrigerator.
We've got a lot of refrigeration needs over here. Is all I'm saying.
Without any donations, so let's make that
if
clear.
you guys want to give donations, help me get a couch.
Yeah. Well, there you hear, guys. Put the link in the chat. Put your cash up in the chat. We'll see if anybody bites. Naomi gave Chuck Norris a roundhouse and kicked him down. Nobody does that to
what?
Al Gore. Oh, that's an oldie but a goodie, isn't it?
I have a question. I have a
just
question.
think that
all day
this
for
drama
like the past 2 days, I've been hearing about this Niobe guy. Now, I don't know what he did to piss everybody off. I don't even know who the fuck he is. I think I've seen him in a couple arguments, a couple times, but like he must be special because he's getting all this attention. Like
his longevity in trolling is unprecedented. Like,
what do you say to this, Drew?
He does this in the community literally every couple of years for like the last fucking 10 years. Like, just like goes away for a little bit and then comes right back up, and then like everybody's like, "Oh, this Niobe guy, he's not too bad.
He seems like he's got some.
He
real
seems like he's
problems,
a nice guy."
yeah.
And then he fucking just starts being an asshole to everybody. And then the second he's got beef with one person, and somebody looks at him and tries to say sensibly, "Hey, calm down. Just like there's no reason to be up in arms about," he fucking doubles down and goes scorched earth on everybody. And it's like it's night and day from like you'll see him in some chats and like people will just be like chilling and talking to him and he'll be fine, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere somebody's got to set him off with something and it's scorched earth, man. He just can't have friends. He has his inability to just have a temperament that allows him to agree to disagree on something.
Exhausting,
it's
bro.
Bro, it's nuts.
I'm getting
tired
of
dude. For years, the great legend would be like, "Oh, you know, Larry, it'll be okay. Larry will be fine. He'll freak out. I'll calm him down. It'll be fine." For years, and then finally, just hit a nerve with legend, and it was just like, "Nope, I can't put up with this dude anymore." Like it's just this insanity.
So why do we? Is it because we're such a caring community that we still deal with him,
bro? Like so, like
all we gotta do is literally stop talking about him.
Hold on. Before we go on, I want to make 2 points. Number one, what's wrong with driving a white van, Drew?
I don't think there's anything wrong with driving a white van.
Bueller's asking what's wrong with driving a white van. He says
that's Tony's thing. Tony didn't want people to drive white van.
Okay.
White van. See, the reason why people abduct people in white vans is because white van is nondescript. Ultimately, if you don't see the license plate, an unmarked white van is just that. It's an unmarked white van. It's one amongst. So that's what's wrong with it.
And the second thing I wanted to say was, what do you think about for an episode of Unbagged and Filtered, we get you and Great Legend and Comic Core Chad and you guys all, and you just talk about the good old days with the Comic Core.
We could do that. I don't have any problem telling stories. I hold no animosity. But the one thing I will say, right, and this came up, is something that Larry said last night on that stream. He's like, "I don't delete conversations. I have conversations recorded from 10 years ago." What kind of fucking person does that? What kind of fucking person logs the conversations they have with their friends What kind of fucking, like, I understand, like, you can pull up a DM that, like, happened a couple months ago and be like, okay, well, this is what really happened. But, like, fucking from 10 years ago, you want to fucking pull up receipt conversations? Like, what? Like, you're talking to people who have fucking lives, man. Like, people have lives.
Well,
I don't understand this shit.
There's your answer. He
It's a
obviously
level of
doesn't have a
fucking
life,
insanity, dude.
If you're able to put that much interest into something that's virtual. Yes,
You know what I love?
feel bad
You know
for
what
him,
I really love about last night and comic core Chad showing up is like the idea of bringing back some of the folks that we lost, like getting 90 miles from comics to come back and do some shit. Maybe
Chad will
get
never
him to
come back.
Get him to go on the hunt or something. Get him to make a fucking first appearance here finally, you know, or just just bringing back the folks that used to. Because I hear you guys talk about it in the Discord. So many of you have been around so much longer than I have, and it's always crazy. Like if Perry shows an old stream from 7 years ago, and it's crazy seeing Biggie in the chat. All these people that I know now, they're, Ben Compton's in the chat. All these people that I know now were in the chat all those years ago. That's really interesting to me. So going back to that and hearing you guys talk about that would be fun.
Look, as long as I don't have to talk about Heroes in Crisis, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but we definitely have to make.
You've never read Heroes in Crisis?
Oh, I thought that was some drama thing that you guys did. You mean actual?
It was. We went to court.
Okay.
You went to what?
We went to court.
Oh my
See,
God.
save it for the show, bro. Save it for
Why'd
the
you
show.
go to court?
I think it'd be interesting to see that old stuff.
JV was the judge from Discovery Bay, and I went to court against John, and John won because he's more popular than I am, not because he made a more logical argument.
John,
people like him.
John,
It's really weird. He's such an undercover
politics to
scumbag,
me.
but people love that.
John AF, baby. John, you want to defend yourself from these
John, you
accusations?
better get on here, man.
It's not an accusation, it's a statement of fact.
John, you better get on
Biggie,
here.
my brother, man. It's been so cool
Biggie!
having you and TM hanging out in the Discord with us. It's not a whisper cell. I'm happy to send you the link. You're more than welcome to come hang out. But Biggie, any thoughts from you? I know you had a great 2 to 4 today. But did you have anything for the FOC and chill people regarding anything at all? Whatever you want to talk about.
I'm just here to say that I would like to dispel the rumors of anything that Nary Leobi has done wrong. I think he has done a lot for the comic book community. He has created a comic book, and he is a creator, so we should praise him. Thank you, Nary Leobi. That's my comment.
Shout out to the homie for all you've done for the comic book people.
Thank you.
And John says, I let my landmark victory stand for itself. Wow.
That squirrely little judge from Discovery Bay, California, to accuse
Somebody link this video in the chat for the people that might want to go check that out.
Is it still in the chat? Chad, is it still in the channel? Jesus, I don't know. That channel's so dead.
Somebody link this trial. I'll go back. We'll see what kind of Mickey Mouse operation these guys.
I mean, it was a kangaroo court to be said. I mean, I don't know if it was a kangaroo court, but I sure was hopping mad. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, well, I love you when you're mad. That's fun. So I need to go watch this.
There's a lot, you know what? We made a lot of really good, fun content on that channel back in the day, and that was a really great time in this community where like we did. It wasn't anything new, but like Biggie Shaq's got a whole network of things going on now, right? But like that's what we were doing. It was just everybody had their own channels, but we came together to make content for that channel, and we went live 5 nights a week. Sometimes 7 nights a week, with just different crews of people supporting the idea of a community channel where we all came together to do something different. And like John's Comics with Kids had a show that he was doing with Comics Misexplained and Alec White Whale and Bear Island Comics, where they would just make memes about stupid inside jokes that if you weren't there for the first episode, you never got any of it. And they just fucking got together to have a good time every Wednesday. And they did Golden Guys with JD Comics and a lot of other people from the community that were Golden Age collectors, where they just did a show that was a stream talking about Golden Age books. So there was always something on for somebody out there. And then we would just try to do things all the time that brought people together and were, crossover ideas. And eventually people have their own things in their lives pulling them in different directions, and it just get really hard to schedule all those things. But that was the goal of it, was like anybody who wanted to be a part was a part of it. Like, it's like people would be like, how do I get a show? It's like, start making a show, we'll put it on.
It's funny, if you don't mind me interrupting, it's funny you say that.
I'm done. Go for it.
So me and Marcus, we came in to the new community, and it seems like the new community had the same story, right? There was channels popping up. There was a good community between everybody. Everybody was sharing. Everybody was respecting, and all of a sudden, something happened and started breaking apart again. And by breaking apart, I mean certain people are like, you know what, I've had it with this shit, and they just, clock out or whatever. I mean, first of all, comics to me is like it's comedy. It's funny. It's a joke. It's sarcastic. Even the old comics, they're always looking at the way that the world is at the time of the comic that's being written, like in the 90s, in the 60s, the 70s. And they're just writing a perspective of what's happening at that time in their own writings. And I just think maybe some people need to first stop taking yourself too goddamn serious. And second of all, you gotta have some thick motherfucking skin to be out here showing your face. Because you're out here showing your eyes. You're showing your fucking soul. You're showing your insides. You might not notice, but you're literally putting yourself out there, all your weaknesses, all your desires. And it seems like it's causing a lot of fucking problem. When you tell me back in those days, I met a couple of guys that were back in those days, maybe in different communities, but the same fucking core. And it was a beautiful thing. We love this shit. But some people take it too hard, bro. I mean, some people joke when they talk shit to each other, and that's the best thing, right? You talk shit to a brother, like, what better thing can you possibly ask from the world? Somebody that loves you, that's going to tell you, hey, motherfucker, you got to stain in your cheek, clean that off. But if you're the guy that's like, oh, you said I had a stain in my cheek, oh my God, you're some fucking tough skin, guys. Like, I don't know, man, it sucks because I love you guys. I learn from you guys. I learned so much from you motherfuckers, bro. And
yeah, man.
When I hear all these people that are like being brought up, I don't even want to say their names. So like, who the fuck are these people, bro?
Look, man, I will say, hey, Travis, what's going on, man? I would say that out of through all the years, all the drama that has happened within this community and the people that like I personally just don't fuck with, they're like, I don't interact with them, but they're gonna come on a stream and call out people's names. I'll say something. I ain't afraid. But like all that bullshit, there's been way more good that has entered my life through being a part of this community than negative, like by far.
For sure. Absolutely.
I've got friends that I interact with on a daily basis all across this world, from fucking around talking about funny books on the internet. And if a couple people want to turn that into, some middle school girl drama, then that's fine. I have no problem,
laughing at
people
it.
say, speaking my truth to power. I don't.
We'll see. Like a while back, I got into a feud with a person over somebody else, and I like you say, if you're on the streets, you back up your homie, and I went and like mad shit on this person over somebody else, and I thought to myself, if I see this guy in real life, like we're gonna fight, right? That's the way I think. That's the way I process shit. I don't. I don't feel like because we were on behind the screen, it's like I get to say whatever I want. I get to say like I feel like I'm going to see you in person, and you might want to slap me because it was something I said to you.
Over here,
right? So
we got comics with Bueller.
By the way, yes.
Hi, Bueller. How white is that van?
I saw you in the chat last night for the madness that was Bagged and Unfiltered. A lot of your guys, the Comic Core guys, coming out of the woodwork. What were your thoughts on that madness?
Well, I don't think I've seen Chad for a very long time
Hmm.
on a live stream, and like I caught it earlier, and then because Monday Night Raw was on last night, and I like wrestling, so I watched it for about 2 minutes. I went and watched, and then a women's match came on, and I don't watch the women's matches too much, so I went back. And then
breaking news.
Yeah,
breaking news.
And Chad was on there, so that was interesting to see.
Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah. So
out of nowhere.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun to see and stuff, you know, and I didn't stick around too much, so I don't really know. It was
Well, you're switching between pro wrestling and pro wrestling, basically. That's what you're doing.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect any of the guys that were on the panel yesterday, but the wrestling was a little bit better than what was going on.
Can I tell you something, bro?
Hey, to each their own, brother.
Can I tell you something, bro? Okay, so when I started, you know, being attracted to comics, you know, and I went on YouTube, I remember when you used to show your comic books coming up.
Yeah,
you used to go through your list.
You still do that, don't you? No.
And let me tell you about the nostalgia that hits me. Now, it wasn't too long ago, but just listen, because that moment, right? Because this was my beginning of comics, not even knowing about pullets, not knowing about shit, and going to the comic shop and trying to look for those comics, and like it blows my mind, you know. Like, I know we're not the biggest community, we're not famous or anything, but to me, you know, you were one of the guys that I always looked at when I was trying to get some information about the things that I loved. You know,
providing value to the community.
Isn't it a trip, Rude?
It's a big
just what coming up as a COVID baby, watching Bueller
Definitely.
on fucking coffee in the morning show, and now we're just hanging out with them.
Yeah, I want to say I thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you taking your time to watch the stuff I was putting out there. So that means a lot.
I watched it every day, bro. You know, it's because I was like, I'm not missing the FOMO. I'm going to find out what comics are coming out every fucking Wednesday, bro. I was doing my research, bro, and you helped a lot of that research. You know, I was in love with comics. I still am. You know, I felt like the community has driven a little bit away from that beauty. Again, you could also blame some of the writing and but still, there's still like a gold beautifulness to collecting comic books. And you know, I mean,
I'm happy in a small way I could help you out and help you like refine or kind of kindle the love of comics. I mean, that's kind of what it was all about, you know, making those videos. Actually, all the videos I made it was all about just bringing people back in the comics, or you know, stoking the fire for their joy and love of comic books. And that was the main focus. That was all the things that when me and Bob did the coffee and comics videos, that was the focus on how much we enjoy this hobby, and all the other noise that I'll be honest, kind of what you guys are talking about right here is just noise. You know, it's just noise that you don't need to listen to.
Then again, you got to understand something that I've learned about, you know, us nerds, bro. Getting to an argument with one of us is like never ending, bro. And I think that's the problem here. You know, we all think we're right. You know?
Well, the only one
who's
who's right
has issues with social development as well. When you start to have these adult friendships, when it's uncharted territory for a lot of people.
we do got the comic court link, guys, when Drew got bamboozled apparently by Discovery.
It wasn't
Bay.
bamboozled. It was just a kangaroo court.
Okay. All right.
It was like vote in the chat, and it was like, vote for Drew or John. It's like John had like 1,000 subscribers at that point in time, and was a smiley, happy guy with his kids on camera, and I was the fucking dude who spouted shit constantly
Marcus,
and didn't care what anybody had to say.
Can we watch it, Marcus? Can we watch it?
How long is it? I mean, how long?
It's like an hour at least. You don't want to see.
We're not fucking
He can fast forward to a bunch of crap. He can go to the point where he gets.
You guys can go watch that independently. when you
Yeah,
get a
that's
chance, or we can watch it
you
in
don't need that.
Discord. Maybe
Can
Tony,
we
if
make
you
Biggie
want
Shaq big? I want to watch him brush his teeth.
Make it big.
That's
Make
that's the joy and love
dental
of the
care.
Biggie Shaq channel
Biggie
right
Shack
there.
dental care. Come on, does he
A
floss?
day in the
Does he
life.
floss? Can we find out?
We're getting some love for the homie Sam in the chat. People saying they love Bueller and Sam together. Sam the GOAT.
Yeah.
The architect.
Sam is and always will be a saint. Bars for sure. Definitely.
Ah, man, that puts a tear in my eye, bro. And I only know the guy from your guys' duos.
Yeah, I think I agree 100% with what Bueller said. Is that this is all noise.
It is noise.
And if you take it seriously like that, then you should definitely steer clear of it. But there was a lot of people in that chat last night. There was a lot of people in my chat last night. So
Which I
however
can't-
you feel about it,
I can't understand.
if you're in the chat at the start of it and you're still in the chat an hour later, then maybe you like it more than you
I
said.
really I can't understand all this drama. I really can't.
You need to start some shit, Tony. You'll get some views.
I don't care about the view. I care about Drew. If you sub to me, I care about that.
I sub to you.
Exactly. Thank you.
But if you start some shit with somebody, I'm creating 8 burner accounts and subbing to you with every single one of
I
them.
don't need your burner accounts. I don't want.
I'd like to kind of go into what Marcus was talking about is I think participating in it and knowing what other people want doesn't mean it's entirely what I want. It's clearly what other people want. And there's a confusing line because at one point I went on and I actually tried to defend Marcus against all this like shenanigans with the calling, the mansplaining and all that. I didn't do a very good job. And then Marcus took it as I was holding him accountable, which I've always known Marcus to be on the drama side of things.
Who's Marcus?
So I'm
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy? Circumstance.
Scrotum stance.
Oh, yeah.
Scrotum stance.
When the first episode of Bagged and Unfiltered, Mighty said something very interesting. Is there's like a psychology to it. Is regardless if you like it or not, it's there. It exists. People participate in it. People hate watch it. People enjoy it. People, it is this whole thing, and I kind of relate it to a car crash. You're not hoping people are, but you want to know what's going on. You see those cherries down the road. You're like, is it a drunk driver? Is it a ticket? Did something terrible happen? You want to know. Your interest is piqued, and people got to put these shows on for you guys because you clearly enjoy it. And there's this whole, are you a part of it? Are you contributing to it? What are the effects of it? And it's just been a really interesting kind of like psychological experiment. But I'd like to say, in my experiences just with Darth, he gave a person like me who, most people would kind of judge, assess, and kind of toss aside at cover value and say, that it's a flawed person. I wish you the best, but there's nothing I can do for you. Darth was like, oh, sure, man. And he let me go ham, and all he has to do is go live. And but my God, yes, we had like 60 people in the chat, and I gotta say, as someone who's not drama oriented, who's still, I'm still doing the show with Darth, regardless of what goes on the show, what happens. I'm along for the ride. I bought the ticket, take the ride.
Sicko, don't stop. Don't stop.
I am.
You do a great job, Sicko. You're
There's
learning every week.
There's a fatigue to it, you know.
Oh, there is.
And I'm not trying to make any kind of statements. There's no me standing on my hill and this is my claim. This is just me speaking from experience. This is what I've experienced. There's no positive or negative. There's no take to be had. That's just, there you go. That's what
Hey,
I've
Sicko.
experienced.
That's
what's up, brother.
I hear TM. Oh, there he is.
TM, where did you come from, bro?
I've been here the whole time. Sicko,
Yeah.
you're looking good today, man. You're looking good.
Yeah. Oh, what's the matter? Are you in the toilet or something? You can't show where you are or anything like that? What the hell?
Yeah, I have massive diarrhea, so I'm on the
all right.
toilet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you preparing for
I'm
tomorrow's
sorry.
holiday?
Are you having a legend bathroom break?
You guys
Yeah,
know what tomorrow's
I watched
holiday is?
Fan Forstick and I couldn't hold it in.
Do
Dude,
you guys
I've
know what
watched Fan
tomorrow's
Forstick so many
holiday
times.
is?
But I have a duty as a husband to go spend some time with my wife, so I bid you adieu.
Sicko, before you go,
Wait,
anything
Sicko.
you want to promote? Are you going to be selling any drugs on Twitch anytime soon?
You got the good
Link
ones?
is in the chat.
Let's sell some drugs.
Let's sell some drugs.
No pressure. Might be going live tonight. I'll be
Oh,
playing
shit.
Dead Space. If I don't, I got scared and chickened out. But that's the plan. I'm trying to go live. It's a tough beast going live by yourself.
Yes,
Easier when you're here amongst people like.
No.
Well, it's not as easy when Bueller's. Yeah, I look at them like, yeah, these are just some regular folks, and Bueller's sitting amongst them, and so.
Just
Sicko,
But Order
all you have to
47
do-
Discord.
Travis,
Sicko, all you have to do
is that weird?
Sicko, all you have to do is talk into the camera.
We'll
That's it.
give me a second. We'll get
All
to
you have to
Travis
do.
on that
Talk in the
question.
camera.
But check out the homie Sicko. He is on Twitch and he's having a great time. I'm looking forward to you playing the selling drugs game again. But
Yeah, we'll do
plug
that when the
in.
dawn breaks. All the morning people come. We do scary video rental, which is just whatever the chat picks, which is scary for me because I have no idea. You guys throw me curveballs left, right, and center. I never know what's going to happen on that segment.
We'll definitely plug into the homie on Twitch. Thank you so much for jumping on and say hello to the missus for me, brother. Thanks for coming through.
Bye.
All right, Comics with Bueller, aka Travis. Link for Bueller is in the chat. Although I think you are transitioning, right? What's going on with you, my man?
I'm still a male.
I was about to ask.
For now.
I guess in 2025, I got to be more careful with my language. I apologize for that.
I still have a penis.
Travis, I love you.
I meant transitioning to the bus channel, or you tell me. I don't know.
I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know. It's I'm just kind of doing what I'm doing, and I'll keep doing it if I keep doing it. If I don't want to do it, I won't. So it's not really much more than that. So
Follow your passion, man. That's all you can do in life.
You better keep doing what you're doing because I'll be disappointed if you don't.
And you don't want that. That would be terrible.
Yeah, no.
Thank you so much for jumping on, Travis. I'm sure everybody knows who you are and is already subbed up, but link is in the chat. Get plugged in, guys. Tony, aka Old Wolf. I know you got the train wreck coming up on Thursday night. What's going on with you, my man?
Okay. First, I want to say, again, all this drama, I don't understand it. I don't. It pisses me off. Don't get me wrong, but I still understand it.
It's okay, John.
I'm talking now.
We don't expect you to understand much. So don't worry about it.
Travis, I love you, but shut up. It's mine. Okay.
Oh, it's the new drama.
Tune in next Monday.
No,
on Thursday on the train wreck, he's going to shoot on Bueller.
Shut that fuck up. I'm talking here. Okay, so when I found YouTube in the channel and everything is because no one around me understood my hobby, right? And I had these things. And now I keep doing this not because of that, is because of the people I found. All you guys, I keep doing this every week. The train wreck on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And everything else I do, you know, the reading, the short stories, whatever, I do that because of you, because you guys are my family. You guys are my YouTube family. You are. I started this because I was looking for people who understood what I was doing, and I do this now for you. That's all I wanted to say. Okay.
For the people.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I do. I feel bad when I don't do my Thursday night because I'm not showing you guys, my YouTube family, what I picked up. So I'm doing it, you know, and that bothers me. And you know, I'm already a bottle of wine and whiskey in. But anyways, I just want to say that. So I want to be honest with you, which I always am. You can never say I bullshit anybody. So yeah, I got Thursday night, 7 o'clock. I do the train wreck. I've been doing some short stories. If you miss them, go back and friggin' watch them. I've been doing some short story shorts. Get it? Short story shorts. And on Sunday I'm doing the D&D with White Whale. I'm doing those things. But I mean I don't go back to all the whole fucking thing that happened yesterday and today. I don't understand the fucking drama. I don't. This is just a bunch of people. Okay.
This is the fucking hurry it up music.
All right, I'm gonna hurry up, motherfucker. Screw you, motherfucker. I love you, but yeah. Thursday, 7 o'clock. Be there.
Shout out to the homie Old Wolf for jumping on. I appreciate you as always, my man. Thank you for coming through. Biggie Shaq, the immortal one. Anything you want to promote, link is in the chat.
I'm gonna say this, brother. So I may not have been a part of the Comic Corps or friends with people in high-ranking places, dude, but I'm just as Hall of Fame as any of them fucking sleepy readers and metarogs in my book, dude. So I'm coming for any title I can, and it's a little pompous whenever you kind of like, oh, I'm not into the drama, I'm not into the shit like that. Like that's judgy too. Let's keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody is free and clear of not expressing their emotions. First of all, so I'm
okay
into it. My boy Darth Lopez is the shit. Love that guy, and do whatever content you want to do, dude. That's what it's all about.
Hell yeah.
Immortality out.
Link is in the chat for the Biggie Shack. Stay plugged in if you ain't plugged in. Oh, hold on. We're sneaking out of here before we get out of here.
That beautiful
We have
Christina.
a first appearance from one of the best mods in the business, arguably the best mod in the business, Christina Payne. Always dropping the links,
she is.
making sure everybody feels welcome, making sure that she is spreading the love. The floor is yours, Christina. What do you want to say? Yeah. Yes.
I just want to say I was hearing what I was coming on, but then I was listening to what Biggie was saying that I am not into the drama.
No.
I'm hearing an echo from somewhere. I don't know where I'm hearing the echo from.
You're good on our end.
Good to us, yeah.
Trying to get that off. Okay. But I'm tired of the drama. It makes me sad. It makes me sick at night. It really does. Sometimes I can't tell if stuff is a skit that's going on.
Yeah, me
Stuff
too.
that's being produced.
You and
And
me
so when I
both.
go in stuff and I'm modding and I'm saying spread the love to people, I don't know if it's if I'm helping something or I'm not helping something, I don't know. But then when I talk to people and they're telling me their feelings are hurt, then I'm hearing from people, oh, it's just a skit people are putting on back and forth. I don't know, but I don't like when stuff is going, on, especially with suicide awareness that was just done, because you guys don't know what people are going through, and I personally am dealing with suicide stuff that has been going on personally in situations on right now in my life, and suicide stuff that had gone on in my life, and different things where there's been drama and bullying and different stuff going on. So this crap affects me personally. So I just want to say I love you all. I want to say spread the love. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And when I see this pettiness, and really needs to stop. We're adults here. We're here for community. We're here for love. We're here just to have a great time. And there's some people, this is the only family that they have, and they come here to enjoy themselves. And when you do pettiness and you're trying to hurt people and do that, it's why? Why? Use that energy for something good, for something positive, make a change, make a difference. That's what you need to do. And I can't tell you what to do, but just imagine a better world, better place for generations and things that would be if you did. So I just want to say I love you all. And from the bottom of my heart, please try to do what you can and stop it. All right. Love you.
Thank you, Christina, for jumping on. I really appreciate you coming on and saying that. I want all viewpoints to be expressed, and yours was a very important viewpoint, and I really appreciate you doing that. Link for DJ Ristina is in the chat. If you guys want to plug in on Instagram, I highly recommend you do that. Bye, Christina. Thank you so much for coming through and saying that. It's much appreciated, I should say. All right, so next up, getting out of here. Oh, she broke it, but she left here. We'll get TM Nerdy up. TM, you have been hot in these comic book streets these days. You've got the new biggest episode of Unbagged and Unfiltered.
That
Anything
is
you
a
want to
nice
promote?
bookcase. Can we just say how neat that bookcase is?
Bring it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the best bookcase I've ever seen. Holy Christ, Tony, you're right on the money with how great that bookcase is, man.
That is that bookcase is thick. It's thin but long.
Forrest, you're a genius.
It doesn't have width, but it has girth. It does not have girth, but it has length.
Hey,
Yeah, it's girthy. It's girthy. That's all that matters, right?
Travis, can you send a picture of that to Tony so you can have something to look at tonight?
Something tonight.
Yeah, I will definitely do that.
Anything you want to promote,
yeah.
Tim? Anything going on with you?
I'm doing a lot. Like tonight, I just recorded an episode with Comic Collector Geek, Alan. He did an interview with me, and that should be up not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I'm over on Biggie Shack's channel all the time. Biggie didn't mention that tomorrow night over on his channel with Comic Collector Geek, D-Runk Comics, Matt Likes Comics, and myself will be reviewing Deadpool 20. That's the S-word issue. I don't want to say the word, but it is that awareness month. So it's a good issue to talk about, and actually just read it. It's really good issue. So tune into Biggie Shack's channel tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern to hear all of our thoughts on that. And then 2 to 4 every day over at Biggie Shack's channel. I will be over on Sector 2815's channel for Guess That Key Night as well. And Collector Club over on Biggie's channel. I hang out with Biggie a lot. It's like we're friends.
Yeah,
you're
making
not really
friends on the internet. That's crazy.
So are you not friends, or you just like friends?
TM, can we get a close up of those cards? Bobby would like to get that shot. What cards are between those trophies?
Okay, so this one was. So this is sent to me by JD Raging Cajun Comics. If you know, if Kevin Smith has a YouTube channel and sometimes goes live at the Scum and Villainy Cantina. And JD was there that night. I seen him in the audience. He waved, and me and Evil Comics were like backstage, just hanging out, talking, and watching it with together. And he'd be like, message us, and he'd be like, "Hey, it's me. Check me out." And I'd be like, "Yeah, dude." He got this signed, so I got to see it like kind of live signed by JD, and he sent it to me. So it's signed by Kevin Smith.
Oh, dope. I know how much you love Kevin.
This is just a and then there's just a Animal Man card because I like Animal Man.
Yep.
And that's signed.
By who?
Animal Man.
Forget the artist's name, to be honest, because I think it's Travel Foreman, but I could be. This was actually sent to me by Callie, good old Callie.
The homie Callie
And this is just a card that I got from Capcan Comics. It's a wizard card of Shadowhawk.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Classic. There you go, Bobito. That's what's up. Plug into the homie. You can definitely find him on the Biggie Shack channel oftentimes, but he does have his own channel, TM Nerdy, so get plugged in for that. I appreciate you coming through so much, TM, and great show last night, man. That was fun. Drew, anything going on with you want to promote? What's going on?
I released a short last week, one short every 3 weeks. I think that's the release schedule over here at my channel. So that's the level of commitment I have to putting out content. I would also like to take a note to kind of like just give my wrapping thoughts. Since Tony went on for 48 minutes, I'll give you guys a nice, quick, succinct wrap up.
And you are welcome. You are welcome.
Situation. Hey, I feel like we're all better for having sat through that. But I've also watched Fan 4 Stick 4 times in the last month. So do with that information what you will. I think Christina's got a really good point about making sure that we're having a positive community and that we're taking other people's feelings into consideration. I think that is important. I think that I found this community a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but I found it when I was personally in a place of need, where I had some personal relationships that were really going to shit, and I fell hard into my hobbies, which were comics and toys and collecting my nostalgia things. And I found the community of people who could celebrate that with me here on YouTube. And a lot of those people have become lifelong friends, people who I speak to on a daily basis on phone calls, through DMs, through sharing memes on Instagram. You know, you don't know what life is until you're awoken first thing in the morning by a text razzing you about how you got your ass kicked in WWE last night from the great legend show himself. It's not living until you've reached that point. I think that kind of camaraderie does breed a sense of resentment to people who threaten that camaraderie, whether it be through, you know, sometimes you have groups of friends who don't get along with each other, man, and put you in a position where people are feuding over dumb things. But if somebody attacks these people that are your people, the response should be emotional. The response should be leverage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have, if somebody's giving it to you, you got to give it back. And I think that I've been guilty in my own time of lashing out at people in an angry fashion from a point of defense. And I think that I'm also somebody who I would say doesn't really give a shit about the drama. But then the drama happens, and I feel like I've got to comment on it, because it's like, you got to stay real. You got to have a reaction. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It exists with, the reason it's drama is because it draws attention from everybody else, right? So that's kind of the meaning of the whole thing. No, let's just don't get wrapped up in it. Don't let these people affect your everyday life. And yeah, I'm telling you, I've been around a long time. You know, I'm not the top dog channel by any means. You know, I'm not the, you know, one that people go to as an influencer, but you know, I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. And I think in this community, the good multiply outweighs the bad time and time again. I've seen this community come together for really great things, for charity, for celebrating people's lives who have touched us through just sharing and being friends in a way that is really surprising to me that I found in adulthood on the internet with you bunch of fucking weirdos.
Well said, brother. Christina
Well
said,
said.
brother.
Well
I like
said.
it. I agree. The only thing I would add to that is that, you know, the comic book community, no one person could ever be all one thing. They make fun of me all the time in the Discord for saying that, but it's true. No one person could ever be all one thing. And therefore, no group of people could ever be all one thing either. So those things, it's going to be the camaraderie that we've all found, the meeting up at cons, the making of longtime friends, the playing of games. It's all of those things, but it's also the conflict resolution, the riffs, the pettiness, the drama. It's all of those things too. And I think you can build a world on YouTube if you want where only the flowers exists. But I'm going to acknowledge the full spectrum, and that's how I plan to do it going forward, continuing to do it going forward. But this was a great show. I really appreciate you guys coming through, letting me rant, getting it off my chest. I will not be going on and on and on about it. As I've said to people, it's like, you know, once I get it off my chest, it's over. You know, Razor talks about me every week. I said what I wanted to say. I don't feel like there's more to say. We can move on from it. I finally got that burning thing off my chest with Scotty Vaughn. I don't want anybody to not like Scotty Vaughn. I don't want any stupid riffs. None of my friends should go bother him or anything, or you can be cool with him. Nobody has to choose sides or anything like that, because I'm not trying to create any silly, stupid riffs in this community. But I did have that burning in my heart. Wanted to get it off my chest. Wanted to defend myself because I was not an asshole. I maintain that. God damn it, Tony. What?
Can we do some FOC?
Shut the fuck up. That's all I got this week, guys. Until next week, I appreciate everybody in the chat that came through. We had a lit one, of course, we always do when there's drama involved. But I appreciate you all the same, whether we have drama or not. I always have a good time, and I love this show. And this show's nothing without all of you that come through for it. So that's all I got this week. Until next week, peace.